going to be hiking a mountain today, and I'm going to show you my new car camping setup, or I should probably start saying truck. So I got a new truck to do some camping in. For the past 2 years, I've been camping out of my Subaru Outback. It's gotten me to a lot of different places, and I thought I wanted something that would be better for a little bit longer term travel. So I don't want a truck camper, one of those big hard-sided ones. So I looked for the cheapest truck that has the highest payload, and I ended up with a Ram 1500 4x4. However, joke's on me, because after I got the truck, I decided, while I decide what I'm gonna do with the truck, I thought I would test out what it would be like to camp in one of these things. So most people who do truck camping, they get one of those hard-sided canopies if you're not getting a full-on slide-in camper. But I went with a tonneau cover. I forget how you call it, but it's trifold, so I can just store all my gear in here. Hard-sided so no one can cut into it. Let me show you where Kiro and I will be sleeping. By the way, my sister is out with us today. We're gonna be making a fire later. But welcome to my bed. The seat down, sleeping on here, and then Kiro still has a bed on the floor. So I would cut memory foam to go across here. Kiro still has lots of space to lay down there. I've got more floor space, and the fridge and the battery have to go here because they don't fit on the ground in the front, and that's where my 12-volt charger is for the battery. I'll lift this up. There's no hump in the middle. There is some humps here, but I could layer some pillows or something underneath us, or maybe some clothes bags, and put the memory foam over top of it, and that way we have much more room. Ideally, I could take the front seat out and just make a platform back here, so then I can still access this space for storage. But we're really key for the winter so that you can stay warm and cut down on all of the cold air that's coming through the windows. They're also great for privacy. This is my first four-wheel drive car. The Subaru is obviously all-wheel drive, so we thought we'd take it on some of the back roads just near our house so that I could get used to it. But if you come around here, so this is where I'll be keeping all of my gear. Because we are winter camping, I have a Mr. Heater Buddy, and you just attach a propane tank to it. I do have a carbon monoxide detector, so you are not supposed to put propane in a closed space, but in a dire situation, I could leave the windows down, and I do have a carbon monoxide detector, but I do not advise anyone to do that. So it is freezing, 0 degrees right now. We are going to get a fire started, so I'll show you how I kind of organize all my gear back here. To get the cover off, you just gotta flip these two latches here. And it clips down so you can drive with it. It's kind of a mess right now because I'm still trying to figure out how everything should go. If I bring you to the other side, I have the same setup that I did with my Subaru. I had my fridge and my power bank behind the chair. Doesn't actually need to be plugged in the winter, except for when I have the heat on and I'm driving. But at nighttime, and it drops down to like 5 degrees Celsius, 0 degrees Celsius and below, the fridge will stay insulated just like this. Yeah, I mean, it's super simple. If you're looking for an easy way to transform your truck and you're also 5'4" and have a huge cab crew backseat, it's also great for safety, because if I were to make a bed in the back, there's no way for me to get through. I can't fit through the window. So this way, if I ever needed to take off in the middle of the night, I have access to the front, just like I would in an SUV or a car. Kiro! Woo. So I used the memory foam. It's 4 inches. That was in my Subaru. The cool thing about the back of this bed is it's entirely flat. There's no hump in the middle where there usually is. And I just have my pillow. I'm 5'4", so normally a person would not be able to fit along the backside, but I actually fit perfectly. So I even have a spot here for Kiro. Woo! So this is his little bed, and yeah, it's pretty cozy. I have my -18 Celsius degree sleeping bag that I put over both of us, and it's not too bad. Do you like it? I bought a roll of insulation and cut it out for all the windows. Okay, so I've got some kitchen Tupperware here. I've got some more kitchen stuff like paper towels and sandwich bags. In this bin is an extra tarp, hiking backpack, crampons, things like that. I've got my fishing rods here in case there's any lakes that aren't frozen down south. I've got a tire air compressor to fill those up if they get low or if I need to air down. I also have a battery that can charge my truck if it dies and there's no one around to help jump me. Got pots and pans and my Coleman stove in there. And then we have Kiro's little corner with his food dishes and his jackets if he needs those. I also have a solar panel here. If I was out here for longer periods of time, I could charge up my battery and just leave it facing the direction of the sun and get that all charged up. It's not enough battery to have a Starlink for internet for multiple days, so you really are roughing it without a larger power source, I would say. I think it would only last me about 2 days with my fridge and charging my cameras and laptops. The Starlink would drain it in about 8 hours. No? This campsite is actually trash. It's so sad. They're probably pretty good. Pretty good. Not bad for a Saturday afternoon lunch in the woods. We're climbing a mountain today, folks. I've been really lazy since the snow and the cold came this year, but we're gonna tackle a local mountain, one of my favorites in the Okanagan area in Canada. We gotta go up and around and we're headed up to the peak there. Interrupting the video for a really quick break, I've been getting some questions about what hiking boots I wear, and now that it's winter, I've been testing out a new pair. These are an insulated winter hiking boot by Nordivate. These are women's style, but they do have lots of men's styles as well. I've been testing them out for about a month, and I will only ever share products that I actually wear and enjoy, but thank you to Nordivate for sponsoring today's video. This time of year, it's crucial to have a water-resistant finish on your hiking boots. They keep my feet dry and warm for hours. There's weird drops of blood being dragged along this trail. I thought Kiro was bleeding for a second because he's following the trail, but I don't know what it is. The trail that connects to this one was closed earlier in the year due to mountain lion activity. So we are definitely in heavy mountain lion territory, and it's been a really late winter, so they're out there still. I'm realizing now I forgot to bring my bear spray, which I like to have, not just for bears, but I'm not really worried about mountain lions for me, but more so for Kiro because he would be the size of one. And mountain lions attack by stalking moving prey, so Kiro would be a prime target. He's a bit smaller than one. We gotta be getting to the close now. The wind has really started to pick up. Whew! It's cold up here. You can see the Canada flag, that's the peak. Let's go. Come on. They're calling for freezing rain down below, which means it's snowing up here, so we gotta get out of here before the sun starts to go down too much. The clouds look really ominous. Come on, Kira. And we made it back down. It's a completely different temperature down here and climate. It's almost raining when the snow hits you. I did not realize my bag was getting soaking. Padded collar is also really important to me for comfort on the heel, and the soles have great traction so you're not slipping around on uneven surfaces. But the best part about them is that they're very affordable. If you also want to check them out, I've linked my specific style down below, as well as I'll link some men's options. Normally there's a break-in period with new hiking shoes, but they are so comfortable right off the bat, and I haven't had to use any band-aids and I've had no blisters form. Thanks again to Nordivate for sponsoring this channel. Now back to the video. We just got one of our first snowfalls here, and everything is covered in a light dusting. Then it's gonna rain for the next couple of days, so I wanted to take advantage of this beautiful weather window. If you're also feeling a little sluggish, we just entered December. We're on to some of the most darkest days of the entire year. Hopefully this video can motivate you to just go for a walk around your neighborhood or take a drive to your favorite hiking spot. I really didn't want to get up off the couch and do this, but I feel so good now that I'm doing it. Got a ways to go still. Starting to warm up.